Hey guys, welcome back to another Moondog trading video. Tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, Shiba, and Avalanche in that order. First, we're going to start here on the daily daily chart on Bitcoin, guys. And I didn't like it yesterday. I thought we would get a nice bounce. I told you we could probably get a nice bounce up to this area. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Around this 39,400 to 39,300 area. And we did get a nice bounce to 39,500. But then what did I say? I think if we bounce up there, even though I didn't like how the daily candle was starting, if we bounced up there, I would look for this thing to come back down. That's exactly what happened. Now, we did get a nice bounce off my 37 mark that I thought we were going to do. But it was short lived. Remember, I talked about, is this going to be long term or short term? Now look what happened, guys. We bounced perfectly off of my fib that I had circled over here. We bounced off of it on the 4 hour, and that was a great move on everything. As soon as I made the video, actually, it was a good move. Well, when I made the video, we actually started making a little bit of a pump, but that was a nice 5%. Guys, that was a nice 5% gain, almost 6% gain. So if you would have took my fib here and took my fib here, you would have made almost 6% off of Bitcoin. Now, if we go to Ethereum, guys, Ethereum, same thing. Actually, we're going to stay on the Bitcoin chart for a minute because where do I think it's going to go? Well, if we get a daily candle closing down in this area, we did talk about 35 down here, 35,500. But we also talked about this area right there, around 36,250. Could be a potential just maybe short-term bounce. I'm not liking the way any of this is looking, and there's a lot of FUD out there. So maybe 36 258 holds. Now, if this thing can get back up here above this 37 and close a daily within the next 20 minutes, by 7 p.m. East Coast time, and guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational purpose only. Then yeah, we could get a nice little pop to the upside. Um, but right now, this daily, it's not looking good. It looks like we're coming a little bit lower. And we could just reach this region right here for right now. And you guys know my longer term targets. And usually we're pretty on point, aren't we? So we're going to draw this little box right here, anywhere from 36,258 to 35,500 area. If we do go lower than that, yeah, then I would look for this 32,300, 3,000. I mean 30,000. I apologize, and this 28,793 area. And if that doesn't hold, I would be looking at this 26 area, 26,140, and that's as far as I got right now. Because obviously, if we get, close to these ranges or we break under that 35, I'll be doing a video for sure for you guys. Okay, so that's Bitcoin to the upside, guys. I really would like to see us get a daily candle closing back above my area, which we got rejected, which I said this was a big area, 39,600. I want to see us get a daily candle first thing to start any kind of move to the upside. Then, of course, above this 40,200 area, and then maybe working our way up and fight this 50-day moving average. Oops, wait, I'm sorry. We're on the 4 hour. I went back to it. The 50-day moving average, which is coming in right around 40,900. Now this will continue to fall as Bitcoin falls. So you got to remember that as well, guys. So keep your eye on that. That's very important. Now we're going to move on to Ethereum. Guys, we had a great bounce off my box. And I said, if you guys, I don't know if you guys continued watching my videos, but we went through all these charts and we talked about, right, and everything bounced literally right after I made my video. But I said, everything was in a bouncy spot on my chart, right? We called this bounce, and boom, that was a nice one. This one went right up to 7% on that one on Ethereum. So that was a good bounce. Now let's see if this area can hold this 25.70. So far, we got a little wick underneath there. It looks like it got down to 25.66. Let's see if we can get a daily candle closing above that. If not, we did retest this trend, which was bullish, but we didn't get continuation past this mark up here, 2764, which if I go to the daily, because we're on the 4 hour, we didn't make that new high. And the reason I lined that in purple, because I wanted to make that new high. And we were looking at, I think it was 26. What did I have on a fib? It didn't save, guys. I had a fib yesterday, which I said, if it goes up, we're probably going to, get close to that area. But we want to see it close above there. And unfortunately, we didn't even make a new high. It just came a little bit short. Boom. But that's why you always follow Bitcoin. And that's why we had Bitcoin to the T. We talked about it coming up here as a possibility, as a fake out, and then coming back down and testing my fib, which it did exactly that. So do I see lower on Ethereum? Yes, right now this is not looking good, especially if the daily candle closes in this area. Now I could look at some indicators, guys, but these are all lagging. Listen, most of the time, guys, money is made off of volume, off of patterns. And this right now is an ugly pattern. I got to get rid of this because a lot of this stuff, well, is it still in play on the 4 hour? Let's look. It won't be for long. If we fall back into this, this will get ugly. And my first target would be this 24.76. Now, guys, when it comes to trading, a lot of these indicators are lagging indicators. Now, some of them are good. For if you go on the bigger time frames, yeah, you might be able to take advantage of these. Or I'm sorry, on the smaller time frames. But a lot of this is lagger. I usually I'm an old school trader, guys, and I make a lot of money in the trenches when it comes to just candles and volume and patterns. Okay, and support and resistance and fibs. Those things, will make you money. Okay. Now I added indicators because people wanted to add, wanted me to add some indicators, and I do look at some things like stochastic, RSI. There's a couple things. The MACD is very, very laggy. But, this is all stuff like, for example, the MACD will continue to cross to the downside on Ethereum as long as we're under 28.38 on the daily. So, of course, we're going to be under that. So, we're going to look for more downside there on the MACD. So, but that's what I mean. So, now there's a lot of FUD. Now we had this M pattern, guys. We had this M pattern, and my target was this 24.76 area. Now that played out on Bitcoin back here and some. So I look for that to play out on Ethereum as well. But we are holding up. We are holding up my trend. So let's see what happens. But I do not like this daily candle right here. It's not looking so great right now. But there is a lot of things on the bottom. We're getting close. Not there yet, but we're getting close to a lot of bottoms here. So let's see what happens on the charts. But yeah, right now it's I'm not liking this. So we're gonna move on to Matic, guys. Matic, we had our fibs over here. Look at this. We're almost at the 140 fib right now. Oh, we are pretty much. So 139.5 to 140. We talked about that downside target. We talked about a little bounce area. You could see where we got the bounce off my 149 fib. Okay. And then I had a target about 159, and it looks like it got up to 161. But if you would have just took that trade, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational purpose only. If you would have just took this trade, that was 8.5%. So, guys, if you would have watched my videos yesterday, bought on the bounce, just sold. Actually, you know what? Because we didn't sell it at 161. I was out at 159. So if you would have done that, you still would have made 6.5%. So yeah, I always front run everything, guys. I lock in those profits. But guys, we talked about this bouncing. We talked about Ethereum bouncing. That was 7.5. That was 7.5%. We talked about Bitcoin. That was 5.5% on a Bitcoin move. So everything we talked about in yesterday's video, we nailed perfect. Okay. So now for what are we looking at for Matic? Well, let's look at the daily. And guys, if you're a trader, this was easy money. Okay. So this is a trading market. This is not really something I want to hold right now. Now, do I have some things long term still? Yeah, I have some free Bitcoin that I collected for free long term, but I'm holding some of that. I got a little bit of ETH. I still got a little bit of Matic that I'm holding long term, and I sold majority of my SHIB, but then I do still have some of that as well. So some of these things I still have on my long term portfolios. But guys, most of it's free because we made profit on my channel. I've only had this channel for 7 months now, guys. This YouTube channel is very new, so make sure you guys sub, hit the bell, hit the all, so you guys don't miss any of these videos. Right now, it looks like we might be getting that bounce off that 140, 139 and a half. You got to remember, sometimes they front run these bounces, so you got to be prepared for that. Now, what would I look for to the upside? Well, let's see if we can get past the 149. Get a 6 to 12 hour candle closing above that for confirmation, not just one of these quick moves to the upside and then a dump, because that could be the fake out, like we talked about in the video for yesterday for Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, this is tough time. So right now we're just watching to see what happens at this level. Could there be a bounce? Yeah, but we want to make sure it lines up with everything else that we're doing here. And it is so far. I mean, but I don't like these daily candles. I'm not a fan of this kind of daily action, especially I just these candles are until I see some better candles. Um, some kind of reversal, um, some kind of reversal candle, and not only that, just creating a new high, guys. Okay, just creating a new high. So let's get back above 161. Okay, let's just get a new high here. Previous high on today was 161. We're getting a new candle in about about 11 minutes now. So we got 11 minutes to wait. Cardano, guys, I had to go so bad. This is crazy. I had to start a new chart here. I had to do a new on Binance. I couldn't even chart it on Coinbase because it hasn't been trading on Coinbase that much. And so, yeah, I couldn't even get my fibs right. So I had to get these fibs right. And guys, these are my main areas right here. So we got 80, 83, we got 93, we got 110 and 123. So those are my main areas. I want to get past these areas for the upside to the downside. I want to see 83 hold up. If 83 doesn't hold up, then I'd be looking at 68 and 41. Okay. So those would be my targets. And I would really like to trade and break out of this bump and run. That could be a good trade, but that could take some time, guys. I mean, we're talking maybe into August if we could see any kind of move in that area. But if we go lower, then I'd have to extend this trend, and then it could take even longer. So we'll have to play that by ear when it comes to Cardano. Right now, these are my levels, guys. Check them out. My levels are always usually on point. So that's what we have for Cardano. Solana, we're still technically, guys. Like I said, I don't like the ugly W's, but this is a wick all the way down to this 80 spot. So we're not there yet. We're at 83 on Solana. So this W could still play out, guys. Okay, let me get rid of this because that was the small one, and that target would be up here, coming in around 157, 167 area. Now, I know there's ugly W's that could go lower than the left side. If you're looking at your screen, this is left, this is right. But in the past, guys, we've tried those they don't work. They don't play out. Okay, I don't like them. Yeah, they can happen, but I don't like ugly W's. That's what we call them here. I rather see this left side. I don't want to see this creating a lower low. Okay, I don't want to see that. So yeah, so that's not looking good. I would like to see us create and get a close above 96, which we're not there yet. So let's see if we can get some kind of bounce, just a little bit above this previous low down here. Which let me erase this, guys, and let me I locked it. Let me delete that. Let me just pull this up a little bit. And let me just get a really, really accurate spot on this. Let me make sure I'm locked on here because sometimes the magnet doesn't do its job. So let me just lock you in. So, yep, it did its job. Okay, so 80.83. I don't want to see us going under there. If we do, it's not the end of the world. But I could be looking at this 72 to 66 mark. A lot of things are telling me 66 in this area. I got a fib there. We got some support there. So that could be a possibility if this does close under this 80. So if we get a daily candle closing under the 80, that is something that we could look for. And then this W pattern would be all but for nothing. Okay, so keep that in mind. We also could draw a little trend here. I don't know. I don't like that actually because we still have our trend from all the way up here. You can see it right here. We can make it white. We'll make it white for you guys. Boom. I might even have to extend that now. Okay, we might have to extend this down here. That's something I'm probably going to have to do. So hopefully this holds up and we can get a bounce and get a nice trade off of this. If we can break this level at 121, yeah, then we could see a really, really nice trade. So that's what I'm looking at for Solana. Just hold these levels. If we can do that, then yeah, we could maybe get a nice move to the upside. If not, then you could see my downside targets. Okay. Shib Army, Shib Nation. I made this line purple because this is, you can see a touch point here, touch point here. It looks like some decent support there. We even go back and we got some a little bit over here. I still got the volume up, point of control. Um, yeah, actually, all the way down. I'm going to clean this chart up too. 19 to 20,000 could be a possibility if this thing keeps falling. Okay, but right now, my first target would be 2367. 2250 around that area. And this played out. Remember that? We drew that W. I talked about the breakout right here and the trend. Look at that. And then boom, look how old this chart is. And then I had this, guys. Look at where we hit my fib perfect. So we made this, we called this perfect. I actually called this bottom, guys. I've been talking about this bottom forever. We called this. And if you guys know my video, you guys know my channel, guys, we were buying this down here. I was even giving out free SHIB any way I could. We had this trend right here as a breakout, right? Let me turn off this lock. And guys, we crushed it. I mean, what was it, over 1,000%? And I got so many nice messages, how I changed people's lives. And, it was awesome, guys. Look at that run. Boom, to the upside. So I'm so happy for everybody. Because, like I said, this is a newer channel. And, guys, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, education purpose only. But we've been crushing it on this channel. Okay, so, yeah. So everything we've talked about. Now, I do have to clean this chart up, guys. I know that. I do. But right now, these are my targets to the downside. And then I want to see that 20,000 or 20,000 to 1980 hold up. Let's see, actually 1980 to 1988. I want to see that hold up. Okay. So now we're going to look at Avalanche. I had to make a new chart for this, guys. All right. Currently, we're setting up for an M pattern. My target would be around this 59 to 53 area. Also, and you guys can see it here because we don't have much time, but you can see my M pattern right here. Boom, boom, and then the break, and now we're going downhill. Okay, so the target would be around here. That lines up with my fib. So I'm trading in this range right here. Okay, from 59 or 53 to 117. This is the range. We got a nice little trend here. We can break to the upside at some point. But right now, this is the area I'm looking at for any kind of potential bounce to the upside. Let's just create a new high, get a daily candle closing above 82 to 83, and then maybe we can push this thing back up. So I think that's it for tonight's video, guys. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys sub to my channel, hit the bell, hit the all. Follow me on Twitter. It's very important. Much love to all you guys, and peace out.